Welcome to Out of Bounds, guys. I am your host, James Skrmetta. Thank you for tuning in so much on a Friday here. The last Friday until full slate of NCAA games, full slate of football's back. So thank you for enjoying what you've been listening to. You had to come back. A little bit of house cleaning before we jump into this. This episode is going to be brief. We don't have an MLS minute, and so that's going to take out a lot of the buffer. To keep it a little housekeeping, we have a new podcast out. It's called Skrmetta and Gunk. It's with me and a college I graduated with him, and he works in sports media. He's a beat writer for an SEC school, and it comes out every Thursday. Every single Thursday it comes out, sports oriented, but we go off the rails a little bit. Think SVP and Russillo with more hair. So that's pretty much it. It comes out on Thursdays. There's been one episode so far. You know where to find it on the website where everything else is. So go enjoy it. The schedule as of now is we're Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. But we might change some stuff around because the Monday Out of Bounds will not have a lot of the Sunday NFL because I film, I film this like Sunday afternoon, so I'd miss a lot of the games. So we might move Monday Out of Bounds to Tuesday, something like that. We'll figure it out. We're going to see what happens with the NFL schedule and what works best for y'all. What gives y'all the best content. I can do whatever. I just want y'all to have the best content. But now that that's being said, let's go ahead and jump into this thing. The story that we're going to talk about is Tom Brady. Why not? Why wouldn't we talk? That's the big story. I was sitting at work, not here. That's ideal, right? I was sitting at work, and on my Twitter, big red breaking news from the AP. AP reported Judge Richard Berman nullified the suspension. He made his ruling. Free at last. Free at last. Free at last. Tom Brady is free at last. The handsome devil did it. He beat Roger Goodell. He beat the NFL. It's not too surprising. Goodell is 0-5 in appeals, so smart money was on Brady. This has been an absolute train wreck since Jump Street. Let's not kid ourselves. This has been in the media for 7 months. The entire offseason. This started a week before the Super Bowl, and it ended a week before the regular season. Over some deflated balls. Okay? This was the dumbest thing ever. The single dumbest sports controversy in history. In history, without a doubt. Some deflated balls in a game that ended by about 40 points difference, and Roger Goodell basically took Tom Brady to the ends of the earth for a 4-game suspension. Roger Goodell picked the witnesses, the jury, the judge, the arbitration system, the city, the courtroom, and he still lost. Roger Goodell is the worst commissioner that's ever existed in my lifetime. He is so bad. I don't understand. We could sit here for hours and talk about the mistakes that Roger Goodell has made. But I don't understand why he was so affected by this. Why he took it so personally, this whole process. How he can justify in his brain giving Ray Rice 2 games initially for Sub-Zero uppercutting his wife on video. The most evidence of evidence. And then initially give Brady 4 games with the team losing 2 draft picks and some cash. In what world? And it's not like he had a video of Brady sucking the air out of the balls. If I've said it from Jump Street. If Goodell would have said, Tommy baby, let's take 1 game, sit out 1 game, we'll call this whole thing off. I think Brady would have done it. Why go through the hassle for 1 game? But 4 games, and the draft picks, and the cash, of course they're going to go to this court. And hey, Goodell, you ain't very good there, brother. That's not exactly the best place you need to be. It's a good thing Goodell isn't in this full time. If he did this full time, he'd be in the streets. He'd be eating crusty old pretzels out of dumpsters. But to go to the case itself, Richard Berman announced Thursday morning, that he nullified the 4-game suspension. And he cited reasons why. The reasons were because the NFL wasn't presenting all witnesses. They weren't. Pretty much, he was upset because the NFL was being shady shadesters. And they also had no evidence. It was all general. The Wells report is nothing but statements like Tom Brady may have had general knowledge that someone may have messed with the PSI. And that was like, all right, well, put him in jail. That's all Goodell needed. Goodell was ready to send him away for 10 games. That's all he needed. So once it got to the appeal system, you could tell the whole time the appeal system, all they were talking about was how it was unfair to Brady. The NFL wasn't cooperating right. The fact that an arbiter is supposed to be this non-biased, independent party, and Roger Goodell was the arbiter. How is the commissioner of the league that's in the appeal, how is he supposed to do the arbitration? That's nuts. And I know the Players Association voted on it, but it's crazy. Crazy town. It's really hard to... Because I don't have a dog in the fight. I'm not a Patriots fan. But it was just an American injustice. At one point, it was just Chris Mortensen. I don't want to sit here and talk bad about anybody. That's not why we do this. But the ESPN pawns that was used by the NFL to push this information, and then, like today, I haven't checked Twitter in probably 5 hours or so, but Chris Mortensen was radio silent all day today. He's an NFL reporter. How is he not saying anything about the biggest story of the offseason? 7 months this has been going on. You're not going to say anything about it that you were all about leaking the PSI of the balls, but you're not going to say anything when Brady gets nullified? I don't know. It's just some shady stuff going on within the NFL. Before I started doing this show, I was talking to a friend of mine, and I was saying, if the NFL really did just lie and use ESPN to push this kind of stuff off, it is the biggest sports story of all time. ESPN is the monopoly, right? That's where we get our information. I've been watching a lot of Fox Sports 1 recently, not going to lie to anybody. But ESPN is where we get our news. We trust them to be an unbiased news source, and I think they are. I really do. But when something like this happens and it's like, oh, well, they were given false information, and they reported it, and they haven't retracted it, and they're kind of pretty shady about it too, it makes you wonder, you know what I mean? It makes you wonder because they tell you what to believe. The media tells you what to believe. That's why you need to listen to me. Because if you stick with me, I will not steer you wrong. If you stick with me, you'll be in the money, baby. You'll know what you need to know. You'll know it the right way. That's why they call me the king of content. Because we're pumping out so much. We're outdoing these major entities. ESPN and all these people. They couldn't do what I do in this lavish studio. You think they could exist in this world? Nah, brother, this world will eat you up and spit you out. But this isn't about me, before I get on a tangent there. I almost lost it. But I thought it was just so crazy how Goodell was so personally, he went on the defense like no other. He was on the defense like no other. It's almost like Tom Brady took the air out of Goodell's balls. But Richard Berman did that. Whenever there's so many Shermans and Bermans, I get them all mixed up. Because I want to say Richard Sherman, but I just roll with Richard Berman. And in my mind, I'm like, I hope that's right. I hope I didn't just combine the names. So I'll probably, when I listen to this, I'll probably have the names all mixed up. I'll just look like a fool. But anyways, why would Goodell care about the PSI? Like, to this extent. I understand why he would care as far as the league. But why would he care to this extent? He's the commissioner. He's not the coach of the Colts. He's not Pete Carroll. He didn't get beat in the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? Why would you go after Tom Brady, your poster boy, the golden child, the best quarterback maybe of all time, and Bob Kraft, probably the most powerful owner in sports besides Jerry Jones, and one of Goodell's friends. Before this all happened, Bob Kraft and Goodell were friends. Goodell is the kind of guy that if he saw Bob Kraft move his ball a little bit playing golf, Goodell's calling him on it. For no reason. Me and my friends go play golf all the time. We all kind of, whatever. Oh, duff one into the woods. Hey, my man, let me get another drive. Hey, you got it, boss. If I was playing golf with Bob Kraft, he'd beat me 18 to whatever. Holding one every time. If he moved his ball a little bit, don't worry about Mr. Kraft. Hey, move it a little more. You know what? Just throw it on the green. Just rolling it up there. No, go ahead, my man. Just drop it in the hole. Hey, nice hole in one. Nice hole in one, brother. My ball? Nah, just give me a 10. Don't worry about it. Sorry, your scorecard says you have 180 and he has 18. Yeah, sign it off. Sign it. Go ahead. Good game, Mr. Kraft. That's how I would be, and I'm sure that's how you'd be. Not Goodell. Goodell's got a measuring stick out there, making sure Kraft's putting it a card length away. And I mean, he paid for it. He's 0-5 in these appeals. He's not good at it. He's actually awful at it. He's worse at appeals than anyone is at anything. He's worse at appeals than Casey Anthony is at babysitting. He's worse. I can't think of anyone that's worse at something than Roger Goodell is at winning appeals. 0-5. Give me a shot. I can win an appeal. Give me one. But this isn't about if you think Tom Brady cheated. This isn't about if you think the Patriots deserve to be punished. It isn't about if you hate Tom Brady, if you're jealous of him. And a lot of people are. This is about just what's fair. And it just, bottom line, was not fair what the NFL was doing. The NFL railroaded the Patriots. They set this whole thing up. It was one of the most corrupt, terrible looks ever. And Tom Brady, the poster child, was in the middle of it. And damn it, he fought for it. And I'm glad he did. Because a lot of people would have settled and said, you know what, all right, I'll take 2 games. I'll admit guilt, I'll take 2 games. But he stood by it, man. And it's impressive. Tom Brady's a polarizing figure because people in America hate success. They hate good looks. They hate, they celebrate people that win the lottery. People that just luck up and win $100 million. But they don't like people who work for it or talent. Like Tom Brady, why people hate him, I have no idea. He's Captain America, you know what I mean? Pretty damn close. And the fact that he did this, the fact that he stood up for himself, and the fact that Kraft came around and stood up for Brady, and the whole Patriot organization stood up against the NFL. Like I said, I'm not a Patriot fan. But Thursday, September 3rd, we were all Patriot fans. That's all I'll say on that. I don't want to get too overblown on it because I know everyone's talking about it. Even though what I say is gold, though. Everyone knows that. Are you kidding me? How's your local sports radio doing? Huh? I'm sure after what we're on episode, I think this is 8 of Out of Bounds, 8 or 9. After 8 or 9 of these, I'm sure your local sports radio is sounding a little rough. And that's what it's all about, baby. All right, well, the last thing we're going to talk about, no MLS Minute. Oh, I hate it. Right now, I can hear the music in my head. I can hear the music. I can hear the drums. Can you hear the drums of the MLS Minute right before? I'm freezing. My scarf should be on. I should be telling you about the LA Galaxy. I should be telling you about Sporting Kansas City. About Giovanni Dos Santos. We should be talking about Sebastian Giovento's groin. He was just named MLS Player of the Month for August, by the way. By the by. Also, by the by, good news. Kick TV's own Jimmy Conradinho, played in the MLS when it was first getting started. Saw my video. Sent it to him on Twitter. I said, hey, check it out, man. MLS is strong here. He said, looking good, my man. Keep it up. Keep it up. And I said, Jimmy Conradinho, you got it, brother. You got it. I'll put the MLS on my back. Right here from the lavish studio. But this week there is no MLS game, so we will move on. We'll move on to college football. Full slate this weekend, week 1. Who's pumped? I'm ecstatic. On the podcast yesterday on Skrmetta and Gunk, Gunk had a great segment called Gunked where he talked about how college football is the best sport in the world. I'm not ready to say it's the best sport in the world. You know I love some other sports here. You know I love my NFL. You know I love my MLS even. But it is something like no other. College football is something like no other. The tradition. All the alumni. Everyone putting on their colors, their school colors. It's pride. It's family. You spent time in that school. And they might not be good. They might not even be that good. But you spent hard hours there in the library late at night. studying. You made A's, you made B's, you graduated from there. You did it. You got the degree. You did it all. Blood, sweat, tears to get that diploma. You were at the games. You might have went Greek. You might have pledged or something. You ate in the cafeteria. You walked along campus for years, 4, 5, 6 years, 7 years in some cases, 8 years in some cases for the really hard workers. So it is different. And at this time of the year, the best time of the year, because everyone's in everything. You know what I mean? Everyone has a chance. Maybe not a chance for the national championship. They got a chance at the bowl games. They got a chance to win their conference. You got a chance to win your elimination pool. Your team has a chance to go to a bowl game. That first game, you have a chance. That third game against your rival, you've still got a chance. It is a land of opportunity, and opportunity runneth over right now in college football. Beautiful time of the year. Enjoy it. Saturday, a.k.a. tomorrow, I will be in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, on the campus of my alma mater, the University of Southern Mississippi. I'll be watching them take on our in-state rival. We have not played them at home in 30 years. And I will be there. Me and a bunch of my friends. We've all got tickets. We're tailgating. The game's at 9 p.m. 9 p.m. kick. It's going to get over at 1 a.m. We're getting out there at 11 a.m. Tailgate for a nasty, I can't even do that, 9 hours. Go into the game. Pitch black. Might not even turn the lights on. Play in the dark. 1 a.m. Get out of there. It's going to be fantastic. We're not supposed to win. We're 20-point underdogs, but do what you got to do. Like I said, everyone has a chance right now, and I'm going to hold on to that chance. I'll be wearing black and gold all weekend. Good luck to your school. Good luck to your wherever you support. Doesn't have to be where you graduated from, but good luck. Enjoy the weekend. Let me know in the comments below what games you'll be watching, what games you're most excited for. Now, I've been known to do a little bit of gambling. I like to put it all on the line. Last year, if I would have been doing this show and you would have faded me, you would have bet at the opposite of me, you would have made probably about $50,000. If I was a real degenerate, I was really gambling some high money, I would have lost it all. I would have lost my car. I would have lost my wife. I don't even have a wife. I would have lost my house. I would have been doing dirty street things for money I don't even want to talk about. I can't even mention on the air because they're so vile and disgusting. But I would have been doing it for money. I would have had to. I wouldn't have had a choice. This year's different, though. Won the Super Bowl bet. Fun fact, too, I lost 13 games in a row at one point last year. That's an all-time record. 13 games in a row. On the flip side of that, you know how hard it'd be to pick 13 correct games in a row? It's literally almost impossible. It's literally like millions and millions and millions to 1 odds. Yeah, I did it. I don't care. I did the reverse of it. I don't care. Won the Super Bowl, so I ended football season on a good note. Won a ton of money on the U.S. Women's National Team, beating Japan like Morimoto. And now we're coming back strong this college football season. We're coming back strong, stronger than ever. So I'm going to give you my picks. We're going to do this every week because I love you guys. I want y'all to win money. Do what you want with them. Don't bet. Bet for fun. Bet with your mom. Bet her nickels. I don't care. Bet with a bookie. Don't do that though, because that kind of stuff's bad for you. Don't do that. Wink. Here's my picks. We'll do more of these. Like the NFL, I'll probably have 5 NFL picks a week, and we'll probably have 3 to 5 NCAA picks a week, something like that. I mean, 10 picks a week is a lot, but we're gonna say somewhere around there. I'm giving you 3 college football picks for this week. 3. Here they are. Auburn -11 to beat Louisville. I think Auburn's the best team in the SEC. They have an offense that can explode. Louisville, I have no idea what they have. I'm not even going to lie to you. So I got Auburn blowing them up, scoring about 40, and hopefully beating them by 2 touchdowns. Next game, Florida State -29. I hate big lines like this. I think they're playing Texas State or something like that. I hate big lines like this. I really do. They're sucker bets. But Florida State is super talented. They are a super talented team. They might not be the best team in the nation. Everett Golson, people forget how good Everett Golson is. He might not do what Jameis Winston did statistically. He might not win the Heisman, win a national championship. but he is a more dynamic player than Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston, yeah. Man, I just had like the craziest brain fart. Thought I was mixing names. So many names. But Everett Golson, last year at one point, I thought Notre Dame was the best team in the nation. And they should have beat Florida State at home. Everett Golson almost went into Tallahassee and put one on Jameis Winston if it wasn't for a bogus penalty. So I think they're going to show up in Florida State. You know, they've kind of, for the past couple of years here with Jameis, the media has been pounding them, just hammering them and hammering them. But finally, they can kind of step away from that and just play ball. You haven't really heard a lot about them. That's when teams are the most dangerous. And finally, we're going to Ohio State minus 13, some places 13.5. But I think Ohio State's just going to blow through their schedule. I think they're just going to win every game 40 to 50 to nothing. You remember last year, they lost the best player, not just on the team, but maybe in school history. Definitely in the Big Ten, definitely, maybe the best player in the nation. Lost them off the bat. What did they do? Won the Heisman. With who? Oh, their third quarterback, because the second one got hurt. So they won with their third-string quarterback? Yeah, who they beat? Bama. Smacked Bama around. Ever heard of them? Yeah? Okay. That's all you needed to know. Who else? Oh, Oregon. Beat the hell out of them. So I think Ohio State has too much talent. Way too much talent. I know they're traveling to Virginia Tech, but I think Virginia Tech could get jumped. I mean, you're looking at if Cardell Jones doesn't play, you got J.T. Barrett playing. If he dies on the field, Braxton Miller will come in. Braxton Miller's playing halfback, wide receiver, tight. He's all over the field. I think Virginia Tech is going to start strong. Inter Salmon's going to be playing. It's hard to go there and play at night. It's on a Monday. It's the last game of the week. A lot of pressure on Ohio State, but they just know how to deal with it, man. That team that I saw, Ezekiel Elliott's still there. The team that I saw in the playoffs last year ain't going to Blacksburg and losing. Okay? I'm probably going to end up taking Ohio State in pretty much every single game this year, unless the lines get ridiculous, which they will. They're on the road at Virginia Tech, team that beat them last year, and they're a 2-touchdown favorite. I'm taking it, sucker. We're winning money, son. 3-0 this week. Do whatever you want with those picks. If they lose, then you should have faded me. I told you that from the jump street. But we are keeping it. Well, I said we were keeping it short. We're pretty much right on time. With the MLS minutes, this would have ran to our normal kind of 30 minutes. But I'll end it here. Guys, enjoy your weekend. Enjoy college football. Drink a Bloody Mary for me. Then drink a beer for me. Then drink another one for me. Then eat a hot dog for me. Then knock back another beer for me. And then pour one out for Tupac. Guys, this has been Out of Bounds. I am your host, James Skrmetta. Enjoy your weekend, guys. College football is back.